Now, today is show 2,985.
Yes.
Of the list that you keep.
Yeah.
How did the counting of the gigs start?
So it started in my old band, Million Dead. Our drummer, Ben, kept a list of all the shows that we played. And as we were going and he was keeping this list, I thought it was a little bit, I was like, what are you doing that for? Like, whatever. And then even by the time the band broke up, we were a band for 4.5 years, I was so grateful that he'd done it because I had a record, you know? And even at the end of 4.5 years, remembering what had happened 4.5 years ago was a little hazy. You know, and gigs blend into each other and all the rest. So when I started doing solo stuff, I started keeping a list and I put it on my site. You know, it's a record of what I'd done with my the most of my adult life. The other thing to say as well is that the first 2, maybe 3 years of my solo career, I was touring on my own, like 100% on my own. No crew, no tour manager, nothing else. And like that means there's nobody I can call to like be like, hey, you know, was that gig in Preston or Lancaster? Do you know what I mean? It's like no one knows, you know. So I kept this list, and it has over time kind of metastasized into this kind of beast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, I mean, on one level, I am slightly OCD about numbers, and there is a bit of a flex about it. Let's be honest with each other. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. Quantity does not equal quality necessarily. There's been some funny stuff in the run-up to show 1,000. I was in Australia.
Oh,
I played a show at the Art House in Melbourne, and it sold out. And they said we can add another show, which would then be the last ever show at the legendary Art House as a second night. And I said no. And they were like, what the fuck do you mean no? And I was like, I have a show booked that's show 1,000 coming up. And they were like, 1,000 what? There's like 1,000 shows, and I had to explain it to them, and they still don't think they forgave me for it. But so right now we have show 3,000 coming up in February. I'm being pretty careful about my show count. Do you know what I mean? Again, I've got a show in Mexico City that's pretty much sold out, and they were like, do you want to add a second night? And I was like, can't do it.
Like, I'd love to, but I can't.
Yeah, can't do it.